Right, Football Manager 2021 comes out soon, and with that in mind, we need to think about trying to wrap this series up and the other one as well. We've won the Superliga Argentina. Obviously, the challenge was to win the Copa Libertadores and the Champions League. I don't think that's going to happen. I think, don't take this as gospel because it's probably going to change. This may just turn into a let's try and win the Copa Libertadores challenge and do something that I've never done in Football Manager before. Hello guys, David here and welcome back to episode number 47 of Going Intercontinental here with Newell's Old Boys. As you will have heard in the intro, we are now needing to consider starting to wind down this series. Yes, Football Manager 2021, the beta should in theory be available around a month from today. So we do need to be very much aware of how many more episodes we'll be doing of this. We'll probably get to 70-ish, I would suggest. I think that probably really annoyingly does close off any chances of getting the Copa Libertadores and the Champions League, which is really, really disappointing to admit. We'll still go for it, but there may just bear in mind there may be some times where we just end up kind of signing the series off, maybe with like a fast forward into the future or whatever it might be. So keep an eye on the episodes. We'll do what we can. Hopefully, we'll be able to carry on and get more silverware through and things like that. But I'm not entirely sure at this stage. Just got to be completely honest with you guys, which is really disappointing because I think if we'd have just done this title win a little bit sooner and kind of upped our game a little bit, maybe we'd have been a bit closer, but who knows. Anyway, since you were last with us, obviously last episode we played against Mineiro in the Copa Libertadores second knockout round and of course lost, which was really disappointing. And this is actually the second time I'm recording this episode because what I did was something that I've never done in Football Manager before and is definitely happening because I've got two saves running at the same time. I normally do, but I don't jump between them as much as I am at the moment. And I foolishly went in and saved over, or nearly saved over my lead save with this one yesterday when I was recording. So this is actually the day of the episode going live, so I'm cutting a bit fine. So I nearly went and did that, which then corrupted the lead save. Fortunately, there was a backup of that one because I'd saved it automatically. This one I hadn't done the same thing with, so I've now had to go back to before the Boca Juniors game, which is obviously the game and the Quilmes game you're going to see today. So I've lost all the way down until Racing Club, I think, in terms of form. So these things happen. Anyway, in today's episode, as I mentioned, we're going to be playing against Boca Juniors away and Quilmes at home. For the first game, this is going to be the team that's going to take on that. It's not going to be the team that takes on that. It's going to be slightly changed. We're going to have Batalla in goal. Ferroni, Graça, Aguila, and Martin, Nadalan are the back four. Nora and Estevez in the centre of the park. Alanzinho, Bottomore, and then Fernandez in support of Varela up top. I have the benefit of hindsight in this, and I'm not changing it in terms of the way I'm going to play these two games because I appreciate what happened in those 2 years. I don't want to try and muck around with that too much. But I do know that I need to give Oscar Fernandez a new contract soon because people are going to start coming in for him, and he's got a low release clause in his contract, which you guys may remember. So I need to make sure we don't let that happen. Let's go and get revenge on Boca Juniors, shall we? That seems like a sensible thing. There we go. Lots of greens. Very, very nice. I'm sure I read somewhere that from someone, maybe it was on a Twitch stream somewhere, that they said that getting greens doesn't actually make that much of a difference. I just like seeing the greens, to be honest. That's all it really is. Right, anyway, into the game. First highlight. Ball goes forward to Salah Berry. Doesn't manage to get to it. Over to Oscar Fernandez on the right-hand side. He's lost the ball, which is... It was kind of just going into nowhere. No man's land, to be honest, there. But Bottomore finds him again. He's running forwards really nicely. He's running into the area. Takes a shot. Oh! How's that got in? I feel like that shouldn't have gone in. I don't know how that's managed to sneak past the goalkeeper, you know. Let's have a watch of that again. Bottomore with a fantastic ball out to Fernandez in the first instance. Fernandez has acres of space to run into. It just drops underneath the goalkeeper's hand. It just trickles in. That was weird. I mean, I'll take it, absolutely take it, but that was odd. Anyway, 1-0, 2 Newells. Nadalan on the ball now after Estevez lost the ball a minute ago. Plays it to Aguila, who's going to hold on to it, gives it round to Graça, sorry. Estevez, Aguila out to Nadalan, making some nice play here, making some space for each other. Nadalan's going to presumably, plays it inside to Estevez. I thought he'd whip a ball in there actually, but he didn't. We're not really going too far, to be honest. That was a really shocking decision from Aguila as well. if anything, I'd have probably turned and Salaberry's in it. Oh, good save by Batalla there. Yeah, if anything, I'd have probably gone for the turn and played it up to the left hand side and risking it out to Ferroni, but didn't do that. Corner in then, free kick. Whew. Everything stopped. I got worried. Not gonna lie to you. But after 15, 20 minutes, it's 1-0, and I'll take that. Banfield up at the top of the table to start things. I'm pretty sure they got promoted last year, which is impressive for them. Fernandez on the ball from the throw, whips the ball in. Alanzinho! It's his first goal of the season. I said this when I recorded this yesterday. He needed a first goal for the club, and he's got one in today's episode. And it is 2-0. That's a wonderful header from that man. Little Brazilian. Oh, it wasn't a header. That's why it was more impressive. It was on the volley. I was going to say that would have been really, really impressive if he got it on his head, but he didn't. Either way, we're happy. It's 2-0, and we're playing pretty well so far. I did see one of the Boca Juniors players has a 5.1 rating. I'm pretty sure I just saw, which is worrying to say the least. Ferroni on the left hand side then plays it across to Estevez. We've not really seen a huge amount since he's come in from loan on Liverpool. Gets it to Varela, doesn't manage to go too far with it, but it does drop to Aguila, who's going to lose it. So I could see that coming from a mile off. You could see how quickly that Salaberry was running there. He is a pacey boy. There you go. Sandez, 5.1. He's the one up against Oscar Fernandez, to be honest, who's got a goal and an assist, so I can kind of understand it now. Nora's going to lose this. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. He was going to play that away, and Salaberry's in, and Batalla with a lovely save again. We've only had 2 shots on target, and guess what? We're 2-0 up. Corner in now, gets to Nora, but doesn't manage to get onto anyone else, and it's trickled away. Is that going to be the end of the highlight? It's not. It is now. Happy with the performance so far. We could definitely be offering more of an attacking threat, but the fact we've scored from both our shots on target is still a very good thing. I'm sure you'll all agree watching now. It'd be much more worrying if we didn't have that going for us. And I will take it if we end up going through to half-time up 2-0. That's not what I would have expected. Salaberry's not having the best of games either, and that's important. Stop saying his name. Stop saying his name. We all know the rules. If you say someone's name in Football Manager too many times, they will score. And he's had enough chances, so stop saying his name. 4.9. Wow. For that man. Not saying his name. Goal kick from Boca, drops to Fernandez, plays it to Varela quite nicely. He's not really... Oh, my word! I was literally just about to say he has not been his normal goal scorer himself, although he has scored his 3rd of the season. And he's just come up with a little rocket from outside of the box there. That was incredible. Fernandez, I thought Varela was going into no man's land here. I thought he was just going to lose the ball, but he's taken a left-footed thunderbolt from just outside the area, and it's dropped into the bottom left-hand corner of the goal. And it's 3! 3 shots on target, 3 goals. Happy, happy days. Nadal on the ball now, plays it inside to Estevez, out to Fernandez. They're working that option really nicely, although Fernandez has lost the ball this time. And it's gone forward with Boca on the attack now. Farias on the ball, plays it to Sandez, plays it around to Bustos, who manages to get past Ferroni, but Batalla there with a fantastic, I was going to say consummate save. It wasn't a consummate save at all. But that was a consummate save. Claims that ball from the corner like an absolute god in the middle of the goal there. Fantastic work from Batalla there. Very pleased. Oh, Fernandez he was playing really well to begin with. He's starting to let me down a little bit. He should have played the overlap there. Nadalan was clean through with a chance to whip a ball in. Salaberry's on the chance. Hits the side netting. Yeah, despite Fernandez being the best player on the pitch by far, that was pretty disappointing. Nora with the ball in. It's Felipe Aguila with his first goal of the season from the free kick, and it's 4-0. And title nearly-goers last year, Boca Juniors, are being capitulated, torn to shreds against this Newell's team today away from home. And I am very, very pleased with this. There's 2 red ratings on the game as well for Boca Juniors. That's something I've never, ever seen before. And there's a lot of low 6 ratings at the moment for them. Ball in, Franco puts his header wide of the mark, and I'm not really concerned about that. I think it's time to make a couple of changes. Fernandez is going to come off. He's had a fantastic display of football so far in this game, but it is time for him to make the change. I don't really know what I'm going to do to fix this. I'm going to do something I've tried once before offline. Going to go back into the 4-4-1-1, and that gives the chance for Nora to play out on the right-hand side and then Agustin Baldi can come in to replace Fernandez. Yeah, first Fernandez. Yeah, fine. And then, do we want to change anything here? Could we get away with that? In fact, we can get away with him playing as a Mazzala on the left-hand side. Alanzinho can be a winger on here because that's what he does anyway. And then Nora can be a wide playmaker, but he can play the supporting role on him pushing too far forwards. Other change we're going to make just to get some freshness into the team, build up some match sharpness, seeing as the way the game's going, is bring on Andriozzi into there as well. He's been playing very well recently. Stats don't lie, he's got like a 7.6 in his last 5 games. Need to get his match sharpness back up though. I'm actually starting to do something which I've never done in Football Manager before, which is actually giving people time in the reserve as well, making them available for it, so it gets match fitness up. I haven't really done it in the Newell save up until yet properly. I've been doing work to make them be sharper, like I've done there by bringing them on in games where it's looking fairly kind of comfortable and things like that. But I've not properly done this in terms. I'm going to bring off Estevez as well. Yeah, I've not really done it in terms of putting them available for the reserves. I've been doing it in the lead save, and it's been working quite nicely, I think. So definitely need to be doing the same as well. That match sharpness is more important than I have ever given it credit to be. But this is an awesome result. We've had 5 shots on target. 4 of those have been goals. We've not had a single clear-cut chance. We've just been very clinical in front of goal today, unlike Boca Juniors have been, which is very, very impressive. I'm really pleased with the guys with this result. It puts us right back into the swing of things. A loss here, I'm not saying it would have, obviously we wouldn't have lost the title chase here, there and then, but it would have been very difficult losing to a team like Boca Juniors, or at least not getting a point out of it would have been very difficult. Batalla there again with a great save. Give this man a medal. He's got to be one of the best signings I've made as a goalkeeper in Football Manager 2020. He's been absolutely filthy at just stopping pretty much anything that goes anywhere near him. I've never seen a goalkeeper get a 7.9, especially in a 4-0 victory. You normally get like a 7.3 or 2 or something like that, not 7.9. That is ridiculous. And that, boys and girls, is an awesome result. I'm so pleased with the way they've done there. That is a professional, excellent victory. It puts us up to 3rd in the league. Let's come back for Quilmes. Alrighty then, boys and girls, time for Quilmes at home. Obviously, unchanged team after that impressive victory against Boca Juniors. So I'm not going to run through it with you because you know who's in the team by now. The quick pick just to see what would happen. It suggested that Alan Zinho by Lucas Rodriguez. No, he played well in that game. Yeah, that's the main thing. Does mean that you're not going to get to see some of the new signings you've seen. Obviously, I think, in fact, actually, yes, this first video, that first clip of that would have been the first time you'd seen Alanzinho, if I'm not mistaken. I think the one then you've not seen, our big money signing, was Andres Arietta, who's actually on the bench today, to be fair. So he could come on and have a bit part display, to be fair, but who knows? We shall see. Hopefully he will, because that will mean we're playing quite well, or we've had an injury. Aguila with an early goal, and it's 1-0. Aguila from the corner. Varela is the supplier of the corner. And Damien Varela is just he's a godsend to have on the pitch. He's a good set piece taker. He's a good finisher. He's quick, and he can score goals, and he can assist. Give that man a medal. Give that man a medal. Fantastic stuff, and that puts us, as it stands, top of the table. Nadelan with a throw in then, plays it to Estevez. Nadelan has already got a yellow card, which worries me a bit. Nora to Estevez again, plays it back to the aforementioned yellow-carded Nadelan, which gives me even more reason perhaps to play Arietta at some point in this game. Playing it round fairly comfortably at the moment. Aguila, Estevez and Nadelan playing triangles in the on the right-hand side. Now just having a lovely little 1-2 between the 2 centre mids. Alanzinho gets the ball on the left-hand side. Puts the ball in. Fernandez at the back post. It's 2-0. And it's 2-0 to Newell's Old Boys early into the first half of this game against Quilmes. And we are very, very much on fire at the moment. That's a ball that didn't really look like it was going too far from Estevez. Didn't look like the best cross or pass in the world. But what a cross that is from Oscar Fernandez. And despite playing as a winger, Alanzinho with a great ball in. Despite playing as a winger, Fernandez is still there to get onto the end of that. And that is 2-0 to the old boys, or should I call them the young boys, because the only old players are Ricardo Graça, I think. No, Aguila, sorry. Oh, and speaking of which, I think Aguila's just headed that and hit the bar. Oh, could have been 3. Nearly said 4. I can't speak today. Banfield, second in the table. What's going on? You only got promoted this year, boys. Come on. What's going on with you lot? And I'm impressed. All right, goal kick from Quilmes, then drops down to Ricardo Graça, who plays a sensible decision to head it down to Ferroni. A little bit of play around. I like the fact that Estevez is dropping a bit deeper to that plays he is the deep line playmaker. That's pretty much what he's there to do. But he's linking up things fairly nicely at the moment. He's not doing anything too glamorous, but he is doing the job he needs to do. Fernandez on the ball, then whips the ball in, doesn't manage to get into the area, but falls back to Estevez. Aguila with a wonderful ball out to Alanzinho, who takes a shot from the left-hand side, and it's in again. I think he's just hit that with so much power. I don't think the keeper's had a chance to stop it anyway. What a pass this is from Aguila, though. From your centre-half doing that, that is beautiful. And what a touch and shot that is from Alanzinho. I am loving this. We're 3-0 up before half-time. You are 100% going to be seeing Andres Arrieta in this game. This isn't even a don't get complacent team talk. That's just a get out and do what you do. Fair play to you, boys. Come on. This is what we like. Still top of the table. Boca are playing against Huracan in their drawing at the moment. So a win for them won't actually put them above us because of goal difference, because we spanked them last game. So we could come out of this top of the league potentially. Oh, Aguila playing with fire there. Getting very lucky indeed. After this highlight, we are going to see the introduction of Arrieta. It's a wonderful ball through from Ferroni to Alanzinho. Puts the ball in. Fernandez lurking. Oh, it's off the bar. That was a good chance. Very close indeed. And we are going to see the introduction of Andres Arrieta. I have played him before offline. You just haven't seen him yet. I'm also going to bring on Agustin Baldi on for Estevez, who can play in his preferred role, sitting deeper at the base of the midfield almost. There we go. This is good stuff. I'm very pleased with this, as you can imagine, as I might be making very clear. Top of the league after 5 games, having scored 14 and conceded 3. That's good form. That is good form. It makes the loss to San Lorenzo that we had in between the 2 games, which I've just realised I haven't told you about, a little bit more disappointing, to be honest. But not to worry. I'm also going to bring off Ferroni now that he's got a yellow, just to try and keep from any silly sendings off, and again bring up some match sharpness for our man Claudio Bravo, who we brought in from Leeds on loan. Because I think that's one place we did potentially struggle a bit last year, is the fact that once Ferroni was out of the side, Kazu was there, but he wasn't ever sharp enough to really make a decent go of it. Aguila with a second goal of the game. He's got a brace, and he has been an absolute superstar in this game. He's scored 2. He's got a fantastic assist to his name for the goal for Alanzinho. And that man, what a guy. Colombian, 31 years old, if I remember correctly. He is ridiculous in this. He's an absolute legend. I'm really disappointed now because Gimnasia are beating Tucumán, and that puts them top of the table. So it takes the shine off the result a little bit. But you know what? We've just played 2 games and won both of them 4-0, and that's filthy, absolutely filthy. I'm pleased with that. Wow. I mean, that's not what I expected to come out of this episode. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really chuffed with that. That was awesome. We're top of the table, second of the table, only to Gimnasia, who I can't see staying there for too long. I've got to be honest. One slip up for them, and they'll drop back down, I think. And considering where are we? We were what, 4th favourites? We're 3rd favourites now as well. We've got 3 in the team of the season as well. At Dream 11, we've got Ricardo Graça, we've got Nora, and we've got Varela on the left hand side. Nora being the 2nd best player in the league, which is quite impressive. I think we might see a few more on there as we continue through. What do you reckon? But anyway, guys, that's going to be it from me. The next episode will be a little sort of month or so into the future. I'm not, as I mentioned in the episode on my lead save that was released yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, or it may come out Tuesday. I can't quite remember. I'm no longer going to tell you guys which games I'm going to record because they're taking too long to get through season. So I'm just going to find the games that I feel are the most important, and I will show you those instead. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it from me. If you did enjoy this video, then please make sure you hit that thumbs up button. That'd be very much appreciated. If this is the first time you've seen the channel and this is the first video you've watched, please consider hitting that subscribe button and the bell notification so you can see when all my videos go live. And as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think we can retain the title this year? I think we've got a good chance on those two games. Anyway, guys, my name's been David. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.